Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jesus Christ Worldwide Ministries. I'm Evan, your pastor and evangelist. You can check us out at jesuschristworldwideministries.org. Today's message is to explain that the purpose of this church, or the reason around it, is because during the lockdowns, so many people weren't getting their ministry that they needed, weren't getting comforted. I started some websites like Is Abortion Murder, isabortionmurder.com, arewelivingintheendtimes.com. jesuschristworldwideministries.org has several, I think 15 or 20 different websites that are linked to it. And the overwhelming reason for this ministry is because so much of the ministry in the United States is fake or phony. It's guys like Joel Osteen that are pretty much telling you how to be patient in a Department of Motor Vehicles line and how to keep a smile on your face, and pretty much just self-help type guru stuff. And we have a lot of churches like the Catholic Church that's making deals with China and silencing people. We have a lot of deceptive things happening even within the church. Churches aren't teaching that we're living in the end times. They don't touch that as a subject. And it seems like the church has been bought out, essentially, and convinced not to preach. Somewhere between 25 and 30% of the Bible is prophecy. And one of the signs of the end times was that it would stop to be preached. From the first century up until the 90s, it was preached in ministries all over the world that we were living in the end times. They were looking forward to Jesus coming back. And now people are saying, that's been said forever. It's always been like this as long as we can remember, which is one of the great signs. So the fact that one of the characteristics of these times is that it's a time of great deception. Great deception. We have medical procedures going on where the inventors of them can't even speak. They're censored and barred off social media and off mainstream television and reporting of all kinds. If that isn't a red flag to you, that when they release a medical procedure and on the insert it's a blank piece of paper, and we live in a time that is overtly deceptive. And I believe the church not calling the bluff of local officials that are destroying their schools and, electing better judges and all these things. The church not being involved in the politics of the hour, I believe, is just a terrible event. People used to be more engaged, and now we have censoring of the church, censoring of the gospel. Free speech is terribly important to the gospel of Jesus Christ, and America needs to be that beacon. So I'm trying to encourage the church more and more to talk about things that are in politics. If you're a Democrat, you're voting for Satan. You're voting for abortion, censorship, murder, transgender, transhumanism, all the things that God is against. It's obvious that God's against them. And we should be putting up resistance. This is still technically a Christian nation, and we should let that be known. And so this message today was just to let you know that the reason why I tend to talk about political things is because most churches don't. Most churches don't. They're caring about their flock and how much money they have and how much money they can get. Where this ministry was founded on a principle that the truth is spoken and let the chips fall where they may. So there's an online ministry. I'm in my home church is in Palos Verdes, California. And I'm trying to get the word out to people. And this message is reaching Pakistan. It's reaching Afghanistan. It's reaching places where instead of somebody in a Muslim country trying to find a church where they might be killed, it's much easier to look up whoistheprophetmuhammad.com and see some stories about Muslims and the Muslim life by the testimony of the people living it. So I'm trying to get the word out. When people search in a search engine for a question, is abortion murder? Well, isabortionmurder.com comes up, trying to get people to see that killing a baby is killing a baby. So this ministry is trying to get the word out, to get to young people, to talk clearly. I think most of the church has been really just, I could see why kids don't really believe in it anymore. Because so much has been done wrong, and so much sugarcoating, watering down the gospel in the end times. I don't think kids respond to fake. Most ministries have been very fake. They're just trying to get money. They're trying to make friends. And they're not trying to be the salt of the earth. They're not trying to be the preservative. They're not trying to push back against tyranny. We have an obligation to love our neighbor, and that is to help him keep his country. I believe we should be more engaged in these things. I'm for Trump, DeSantis. I'm for the InfoWars to get a lot of your news. I'm for the Tim Cash show and alternative media and getting the message out, and even in secular media. But it's the fact that it's uncensored and it's free speech. It's a discussion being had. Mainstream television, if you watch it, you are brainwashing yourself and diluting the gospel, because there's things happening in this world that you need to know about. You need to know what's happening. And when Jesus comes back, we want to be doing his work, trying to get the message out, trying to preach the gospel worldwide. So thanks for checking us out. I appreciate it if you share it, if you share the videos, if you check out the website. There's ways to donate. jesuschristworldwideministries.org. Thanks. Have a great night.